Welcome to Rob on Holiday. Today we're in the Spanish city of Malaga, which is right on the Mediterranean coast in the south of Andalusia. And what a great start to the trip. The sun's shining, we're outside the cathedral here, and I'm having a sangria. So let's take a look at what Malaga has to offer. Malaga is Spain's sixth largest city and is located on the Costa del Sol in the region of Andalusia in southern Spain. Malaga is best known for its beaches and surrounding holiday resorts, but it's actually a historic city with many beautiful monuments to explore in the centre. We visited Malaga earlier this year as part of a longer trip to Andalusia, and in this video we'll be bringing you along for our 36-hour sightseeing tour of Malaga. Malaga was the second stop on our Andalusia trip, so we arrived in the city via train after spending 2 days in nearby Cordoba. If you want to learn more about Cordoba, check out this vlog, the link is in the description. Our train arrived back at Malaga Maria Zambrano train station just around midday, and we hopped straight into a taxi for the 10-minute journey to our hotel, the Hotel Don Curro. We'll have a full hotel review coming to the channel next week, but let's just say that this hotel was one of the best value for money stays we've ever had. Plus, it's just around the corner from Malaga Cathedral. Speaking of Malaga Cathedral, that was our first stop, but first we had time for a quick drink in the Plaza del Obispo. This square offers such great views of the cathedral facade. So suitably refreshed, we're starting our visit with the first attraction, which of course is Malaga Cathedral. We've got tickets for 2, it's Sunday morning, so I think the cathedral's been closed this morning, but it's open for visitors at 2 o'clock. Bit of a queue, but we're going to get in soon. Malaga Cathedral is a Gothic cathedral that was built between the 16th and 18th centuries. Fun fact, the cathedral's original design featured 2 symmetrical towers, but only one was actually built, which is why the cathedral is nicknamed La Manquita, the one-handed lady. Inside, the cathedral is vast. I know most cathedrals are big, but Malaga Cathedral also has a really high ceiling, making it like a massive cavernous space. And of course, you'll find beautiful stained glass windows and gold-adorned displays on all 4 sides of the building. Tickets for the cathedral cost €10 and can be bought online before your trip. So we've just been inside the cathedral here at Malaga, and it's absolutely cavernous inside. A beautiful cathedral with lots of central stone columns. There's some beautiful stained glass windows around one end, and of course there's lots of mini altars inside, decorative. Plenty of pews where you can sit and just gaze up at the architecture. It really is a nice cathedral on the inside, and as you've seen from the picture as well, it's a great cathedral on the outside. It's got a superb bell tower. Now, we have got tickets to go at the bell tower, but we're a bit confused now because we got in at the cathedral at 2 o'clock. The earliest we could book the bell tower was 4 o'clock, so I don't know whether we've got to hang around here now or whether we'll be able to come back in afterwards. We're just going to have to wait and see. If the bell tower appears on the video, then you'll know we've got back in. But of course, if you're in Malaga, you're certainly going to want to come and see the cathedral, an absolutely beautiful building. Good news, we've just had the guards on the way out and they said, yes, it's perfectly fine to re-enter to go up the tower if you've got the ticket. So that's great news. It's another hour and a half to go, so we don't have to hang around here, because here on Rob on Holiday, we don't hang about. So we're off to see a statue of Picasso now. Let's go. Now, on our list of things to do in Malaga is the amphitheatre and the Alcazaba, and we were going to do these tomorrow. We're walking past the amphitheatre now because we're on our way to the Picasso statue. But I think that in itself shows again how compact the centre of Malaga is. And you're going to take a bus or walk a long way up to the castle on the hill. But everything feels like it's walkable, so it's a nice destination if you don't want to walk too far. The Picasso statue is located in the Plaza de la Merced. When we first got to the square, we were confused as there was a lot of construction going on. We were worried that maybe the statue was under renovation, but luckily we spotted it on the northern corner of the square. So here we are in the birthplace of Pablo Picasso, obviously Malaga. This is a tribute to Pablo Picasso, statue of the great man himself, created great works such as Guernica, which you can view in the Reina Sofia Museum in Madrid. I think it's good, you know, the city's famous son gets a statue. This building on the corner now is now a Picasso museum, but this is the house where Picasso was born and lived for a few years of his life, and it's a great location because if you just swing the camera around, that's where the statue is, so I think it's really fitted that the statue is close to his birthplace. After enjoying a refreshing ice cream in the square, it was time to head back to the cathedral to climb the bell tower. Only 2 of us would be climbing the tower, so we split up, with my wife and daughter choosing to explore more of Malaga's old town. Anyway, back to me at the bell tower. Come back into the cathedral area now for our appointed time. It's 4 o'clock. Time to go up the bell tower. I've had an ice cream, bit of energy, ready to go. That's the first part of the climb. I don't know how many stairs were, probably about 50, 60. Out onto the roof along, and then I think we're going up another tower now. Already, we're way above the orange trees. Watch your head. So there we are, the second climb was round a spiral staircase. It's given us this magnificent view of the Alcazaba there, and the castle further up. And of course if you look in the other direction, we're very close to the bell tower. Definitely worth a climb. This is a really good experience coming up on the cathedral roof. What I like about it is you all move along as kind of one train, but the guides let you take photos and wander off, they're not rushing you, so it's really worth the money this, and you get some fantastic views of Malaga and the sea. So that's the rooftop experience here on top of Malaga Cathedral. Like I say, it's a really worthwhile doing because they don't rush you. The bells have just struck 4:30, so it's a half-hour experience. We're just heading down now. You get to see some fantastic sights from the roof, so if you're in Malaga, make sure you do this. After a jam-packed afternoon exploring Malaga's historic centre, we headed back to our hotel for a rest. In the evening, we enjoyed a walk along the coast via the Parque de Malaga to get our dinner reservation at Negro Carbon, a steakhouse near the port area. I have to say this is one of my favourite restaurants we've ever eaten at on a city break. The steak was really tender and the potato and vegetable sides were delicious. The meal cost us about €180 for 4 adults, and this included a bottle of wine, but I think it was worth it for the quality of the experience. Unfortunately, after enjoying our steak, the rain had returned to Andalusia. So we gradually made our way back to our hotel, taking in some of the sights at night along the way. The sun was out on our first and final full day in Malaga, so after a quick breakfast at our hotel, we jumped into a taxi to head to our first stop of the day. Today in Malaga, we're doing the Castillo, or the castle, and the Alcazaba. Now this is perched very high above the harbour here in Malaga. You've got fantastic views from the top, so you need to get up here obviously. We've taken a taxi. It costs just €7 from the centre because there's 4 of us. It made sense. If you're going to get a bus, you can get the number 35 bus, which goes from the main park in the centre of Malaga just to the car park here. But it's something you should definitely do on your visit obviously. We're going to show you what it's like today. Come on. Obviously at the very top of the hill is the Castillo we're going to visit first, and then we're going to walk down to the Alcazaba. And both monuments together, €5.50. I think. I've not been in yet, but I think that's going to be pretty good value. We were the first in the Castillo de Gibralfaro when it opened. The castle was built in the 14th century and was used to protect the Alcazaba palace located on the hill below. There are so many areas of the castle to explore, but first we headed to the highest point to enjoy the beautiful views. I mean, it's a view that doesn't need much explanation really, isn't it? So I'll just introduce it and let you enjoy the view with me. Of course, what I will say is it's the typical Rob on holiday, get here when it opens. I mean, it's a Monday morning, so it's probably not going to be too busy, but it's nice to have the free run of the place, not many people here. So there's lots of little battlements and different views to explore. One thing that's really impressed me about the Gibralfaro, the castle here, is the amount of walkways. I mean, obviously you've got the main view from the top, and then you can walk to the back and see the inland view, including Malaga's football stadium. Then you come down a few levels into the front and you have a fabulous view of the Maestranza bull ring, out to the lighthouse and the Pompidou Centre there. Just all Malaga spread out before you. And on a day like this, what's not to like about this? My review of the Castillo Gibralfaro, spectacular. And bear in mind this is €5.50 and it's only half the experience because we've still got the Alcazaba to come. I mean, the views from this space are spectacular, and I expected that because I'd looked online and read about it. You get views inland, out to sea, down to the port, the cathedral, the football stadium, the whole of Malaga spread out before you. It's fabulous. But what I wasn't quite prepared for was how far the walkways go. It's absolutely spectacular. You can go out in all angles, all directions, up, down. There are towers to visit, lookout points like this. I mean, honestly, you could spend at least 2 or 3 hours here if you really wanted to. We're kind of do it a bit quicker on our last day of the holiday, but it's a really special place, this. And obviously, if you come into Malaga, you definitely want to come here. You could spend hours wandering along the castle walkways, but since we were only visiting Malaga for 36 hours, we only spent 45 minutes there. So, having completed our visit to the Castillo, we're going to head down to the Alcazaba, which is just about a 15-minute walk downhill, thankfully, so we've done it in the right order, this way. Just while we're walking down the path to the Alcazaba, I just wanted to point out there's a big group just come past us, and I know they didn't come in the castle because they've just arrived up at the car park at the top, and they walked down here. So you can get quite a good view of Malaga without paying to go in the castle, but for $5.50, why wouldn't you go in the castle and get even better views? Just think about that. I highly recommend walking down from the castle to the Alcazaba. The path takes you through the Parque Forestal de Gibralfaro and offers more fantastic views of the coastline, the bull ring, the town hall building and the Alcazaba all along the route. Walking down takes about 25 minutes at a relaxed pace, and this is definitely the better way to experience it. We saw so many people hiking uphill to the castle who looked so red in the face and exhausted. Trust me, it's worth the €10 or so for the taxi to get up the hill in the first place. Just a quick note that walking down from the Castillo, there isn't an entrance to the Alcazaba until you get all the way down to ground level here in the centre of town. So we thought we'd stop at a cafe, have a drink, because it's pretty hot today, before we do the next stage, which is into the Alcazaba. But of course you can stand and admire the old amphitheatre here, the Roman amphitheatre. It's a fabulous backdrop, a fabulous view for the Alcazaba. Entry to the Roman amphitheatre is free, so it's worth heading into the complex and seeing the ruins up close if you have time. On our whistle-stop tour of Malaga, we were happy to view the amphitheatre from the square, which was a great view anyway. The Alcazaba is an 11th century Arab palace. As you can probably tell from the pictures, the building's design has been shaped to the contours of the hill. To me, this gave it the look of a smaller scale Alhambra. There are two sections of the Alcazaba to explore. The first part are the outside and the garden areas, which you explore as you gradually make your way to the top of the hill. The climb is gradual, but you will still be walking uphill for quite a while. Once through the gates of the Alcazaba, it's a gradual uphill route taking you past a few lookout points, but if you've been up to the castle, there's no point going on the small lookouts because you're just getting a lesser view than you had before. But inside the Alcazaba, the maintenance is absolutely eye-popping. It's incredible, pebble walkways, little irrigation channels running past here. The walls look fantastic. Look really good with the sun shining on it. I thought that the garden areas of the Alcazaba were really well maintained and the highlight of the visit. In my opinion, the interior areas of the palace were not that worth it, but once you've walked up the hill you might as well check them out. We spent about an hour in the Alcazaba, including the climb up to the main areas of the palace. So that was the Alcazaba, some really nice views over Malaga, some really well maintained building. I'm assuming it's an original Moorish palace but been maintained. The maintenance is great, the pathways are great. I love the little irrigation channels in the floor, a few water features, lots of flowers and trees. A really nice setup, and just a reminder that for both the Castello and the Alcazaba it's just €5.50. Quite amazing value. You should visit them both if you're in Malaga. After nipping back to our hotel to freshen up, it was time for lunch. And this time we were eating at Gusto Malaga, an Italian restaurant in the centre of the old town. This was one of the best pizzas we've had on a city break, so I highly recommend this restaurant if you're planning a trip to Malaga. Our morning had been quite tiring, so we had a more relaxed afternoon planned, starting off with a leisurely stroll through the Parque de Malaga. The Parque de Malaga runs along the coast, offering beautiful views of the Mediterranean Sea as you head up towards the port. Just set back from the Parque de Malaga, across the road is the Ayuntamiento, which is the town hall. It's a beautiful building, really nicely painted, nice cream colour, and it looks even more impressive lit up at night. We'll put some video on that as well. But also what I like about this place, it's got a really nicely manicured garden with some water features. So let's go and take a look at that as well. The Parque de Malaga is the main green space in the centre of Malaga, but it's also worth taking a quick detour to walk through the town hall gardens too. There are a few nice fountains to see, plus the location of the gardens offer great views of the Alcazaba on the hill above. Although we were on a city break, we wanted to go and see what the beach area of Malaga was like, so our next stop was at La Malagueta. As you head towards the beach, the atmosphere changes from that of a historic city to a holiday resort. It almost feels like you're in a completely different place. So if you're planning a longer trip to Malaga, this will be a great place to spend a day or two taking it easy. We just walked down from the port area, takes you onto the beach where the locals and I guess the holidaymakers enjoy themselves. There's a vast area of beach here and the famous Malaga sign. But what's caught our attention today is the stupendous number of seagulls out on the sea. You can probably see them there, and it carries on all the way over there. I've never seen so many seagulls together. The Malaga beach leads straight onto the Muelle Uno, the main port area in Malaga. Here you can see the lighthouse, the colourful Pompidou Centre, and enjoy the views of the luxury yachts docked at the port. We're finishing our trip to Malaga in the port area here, and I just wanted to sum up why I think Malaga is such a great place. I mean, it's kind of a combination between a city break and a holiday resort. It's definitely got that holiday vibe, walking around, strolling down the promenade under the trees there. There's loads of bars and restaurants. You're not going to be short of something to eat or somewhere to drink. Now, what I love about Malaga is it's got three absolutely amazing standout attractions. It's got the cathedral, which you can see behind me. It's got the Castillo, which is further up there, and it's got the Alcazaba, which you can also see behind me. I mean, the geography of the place is absolutely stunning. You get some fantastic views from up in the castle and the Alcazaba. We really enjoyed the walk, the roof walk on the cathedral. That's really worth doing, and the cathedral itself is fantastic inside and out. Lots of little things to do. You've got the Malaga beach, which is good if you want to day on the beach. You've got the port area here, which is nice. Lots of bars, restaurants and shops down here. There's loads of statues around the city. There's loads of gardens like the Malaga Gardens and next to the Ayuntamiento building. So it's got a bit of everything really. And if you come here, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to need at least 2 or 3 days to appreciate it all, but maybe you'll do longer if you're combining it with a typical beach holiday. Anyway, thanks for watching Rob on Holiday. We hope you enjoyed our review of Malaga. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. It really helps the channel, and we'll see you here next time.